Yeah, ready to go.
Yeah, let's party.
Oh, yeah, well, you should start now. Welcome back
I don't want
to Do I left for this podcast to be over? Um,
to win. I'm Kim McVicar. Oh,
episode.
no, we're not doing that. Okay.
Oh, yep. Okay, no, we have names.
Yeah, I'm Kim McVicar.
I'm Handren Seavey. I hope at this point,
I have sound effects, everybody, so get ready. It's going to
can you
get
turn those up louder in my headphones?
100%. Is that better?
Yes, and continue dropping those in.
As long as I remember what button does what. That's the more fun thing.
What episode is this?
Eight. We're doing 8. Episode 8, Boyfriend.
Okay, yeah, this one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watched this at the airport today at like 4 a.m. And it was kind of lovely to have people looking at me like, is she watching Dawson's Creek? I was like, damn straight I am. Why aren't you?
In a way, it is kind of comfort food. I could see that for excuse for anybody watching Dawson's Creek at the airport is it's in these unsure times. I'm watching Safe and Reliable.
Yeah.
I think it would be weirder if I was doing it.
Yeah, probably. But I also am like refuse to wear AirPods. I don't know why. I like a cord. It makes me feel better. I don't like.
And what do you think that is about?
This is a great question. I think it's cancer. No, I don't know. I'm just worried about. There's something about the cord that I like. I like it. I think I like it because people don't bother you, because they see that you have a headset in.
Oh yeah,
it's like very.
When you have these, you don't care what people think.
Yeah, I care because I don't want to be bothered. I don't like when people bother me. That's all it is. All right, so we're talking boyfriends. So stupid.
So once again, well, actually, no, this one, I forget. Yeah, it starts with finally, the parents come back into the picture.
Right. It starts with the usual cold opening of Dawson watching some TV show that is related. And he's scrambling through to like find what episode he wants, and gets to like a porn type sound. And he tilts his head in such a weird way that when they show you what is on his screen, I'm like, why would you tilt your head like that? Would you tilt your head? Like, I don't know. Did you try to watch scrambled porn growing up or anything like that?
No, we just had, if you had it, you had it. We didn't have cable or anything, so we didn't even have that option with like bunny ears.
Okay.
That's why I never saw this growing up, because we were so far out there. We had CBS, NBC, and PBS were the only channels we had.
Wow. So yeah, no Republican channels.
No, not until Fox News, not until like that fucking damn satellite TV came. I wonder if my parents had never got satellite TV, if they never would have gone.
Oh, did they go to the other side? Yes, that was the wrong one, but I'm just having fun. Maybe it was magical for them.
So then hop to what the fuck is his dad's name again?
Oh, but before we even get to that, we have to finish this thing to me. Because
the porn, yeah.
So he's watching the porn, it's weird, and then he decides to watch an old movie, and then Joey immediately comes in, and it's like, oh, Joey, you almost caught him jerking off. Like how many times has she almost caught him jerking off? Or has she caught him jerking off?
I don't think she has, or didn't know she did. Maybe he was under the covers.
Mm-hmm.
Because in an earlier episode, when they're guessing his penis size.
Right, and she does that whole, when do you jerk off? Because she's constantly trying to find him doing it.
So then, do you think this is a callback to that she knows it's in the morning?
Oh, yeah. It's nighttime when she comes in because she needs a nap, right?
Oh, was it? I thought it was,
maybe it was the morning. She came over to sleep. She was like, I need a nap. I assumed it was nighttime, but you can't tell. There's no like morning or nighttime thing. No.
I thought it was happening the same time his parents were down talking. It was like Joey was
You do hear the parents very, very faintly in that scene as a reminder that they're coming back in this episode. Like that cold opening, you can hear them bickering like a slight bit. Yeah.
The overall in this show too, the times with which different storylines happen, it doesn't really match up. There's no real like, oh, day at school, the things that will go on compared to two other characters just did one thing that whole day. And you're like, it's like they lived like 4 days. I thought 4 days happened and that was supposed to be one day.
It's very confusing. Yeah, there are a lot of them that are like, was that a day or a week?
Yeah.
And then how did she sleep so much in a day? Like, how many night times do they have in a day? Because it seems like a lot.
But that's where I thought it started, was with the cut to the parents. But yeah, apparently Joey has free reign over that fucking house.
Yeah. Well, it feels like I definitely had a friend like that who just came in and out. Well, mostly my sister did. Where she just like basically lived with us. My sister's best friend. Like she had keys to the house. Did you have any friends like that?
No, man. No, fuck no.
Yeah, my sister's best friend, like basically just lived with us. And her mom was a single mom, and so was my mom. So it was like they were both always working. So it's kind of like a community of who took care of the kids, kind of thing.
Yeah, I had my dad worked, my mom worked sometimes and was home a bunch, but we were also just a fucking farm out in the middle of nowhere. I guess if anybody did, but our family wasn't necessarily close like that. But I think, we had my grandfather on one side of us and my uncle on the other side of us, and then
in the same house or in the like neighborhood.
No, farms.
No farm. That was very
No
Canadian.
farms.
No farms. I don't know where you are farming, but it sounded very, very.
No, it'd be like, nah, we're talking farms.
More Boston farms. Boston. No, okay. And then we finally get into the parents, which is great. We remember that,
they come
that
back
she
into
cheated
the show,
on him.
finally.
Yeah. I didn't like the B storyline. I thought it was kind of stupid. The parent storyline.
The whole thing?
This whole episode was stupid for the parents.
Oh.
I love the other storyline, the A storyline. This episode made me remember why I fell in love with Pacey as a kid. Like this really highlights Pacey's like likability and how like fun he is. Because like the opening shot is him talking to like the local homeless or the local drunk. It's one or the other.
Yeah, he does have a tendency to be that guy.
That's my kind of man. I like that.
That's who you like.
That's what I was attracted to. I was like, oh yeah, that's a guy who just talks to strangers who seem dangerous. I'm in.
I feel like I admired that when I was that age about Pacey.
Mm-hmm. And I would never date that now. That's too scary. But I do remember being like, that's a fun guy.
I wouldn't. But I did a bunch of dumb shit like that. Because I read like Jack Kerouac and shit at 19, and then I like moved away from home. I like went on and said like yes to like, oh, fucking follow this person down this dark road and see where, because they said there's a party there. And most of the time it went well.
I'm not going to fall in love with you just because you tell me this story. I'm sorry, Handren. I don't know if that's your point.
No, I did. I hitchhiked a lot.
That's I would never do that. That's scary.
Once you did it once, and it's different as a woman too. Like it's fucking different.
Oh, I meant to do this one.
But it's fun. It was a thrill, and then eventually I was like, I don't. Guy asked if he could suck my dick, and I was like,
yes.
Let me out, please.
And then he did it in the crickets. I gotta get more buttons. He like elephant.
Yeah, then
sounds.
He pulled over and it was just crickets, and I let Santa Claus suck my dick.
Sweet. Santa's near crickets? Oh, cool. Okay, wait. Back to Dawson's Creek. That's what we're here for. See what happens when I get buttons? I lose track of all things.
I love it. It's my new favorite thing.
Okay, yeah. So then the parents, they're trying to figure out he's still in love with his wife, even though she banged a guy for a while. We're assuming she's not banging him anymore. There's not really any talks about it.
Yeah, that things aren't going well.
Yeah, we assume that that's done. And then, that boy comes into town where Pacey...
In comes the rapist.
Yeah, in that bad car. And how old is he supposed to be? Because he's not in high school.
Yeah, he is old. Well, you come to find out. I mean, he's at least old enough to go to bars.
It's true.
So we're talking 21 at least.
And she keeps saying, I'm 16, which means he was dating her when she was 15.
Mm-hmm. He was 20, 15. It was
not okay.
It
was just not
2003.
okay. It was not okay. Still not okay.
We're talking 2003.
It wasn't okay in 2003.
We had multiple cases of that at the high school I went to. High schoolers dating 20, 22-year-olds.
I definitely dated an older guy once. I
know people. Sorry, go ahead.
I like half dated him because all my friends were dating older guys, and he was like one of the guys that was with all the other older guys. And I just remember him asking me to sit on his face, and me asking why. Like, I didn't know what that entailed or what that meant. And then,
how old are you?
I was in high school. So I was like freshman or sophomore in high school because it was in Canada. And someone had to explain to me what it meant that he wanted to like eat me. And I was like, no. I legit was like, I'm not. That sounds terrifying and disgusting. No, thank you. And then we kind of broke up because I wouldn't put out, I guess. And it wasn't even like he was asking me he wasn't asking me to do anything to him. He just wanted to do stuff to me. And I was just mortified at the idea of sitting on a guy's face. Because I was visualizing it in high school. I was visualizing that like there was a bed and he was laying down, and then I would just squat on his face like somebody go to the bathroom in a third world country, basically, is how I was visualizing it. Knees up. And I was just like, there's nothing appealing about what that is. I obviously had not seen porn yet because I was legit like, why would I squat? Why would you want me to? What if I fart? Like, there were so many questions.
And all of those are valid questions.
What did the first people do with that? Is that how it happened the first time, you think?
We've gone through eras of I think it's society. Like the Greeks got to that point where they're like, let's just fuck any which way we can. Let's see what we can do up here.
Yeah.
Squatting on the face, though. Look, some porns, that is how they do it.
But that's what
some porns.
This character Billy reminded me of. Billy reminded me of those kinds of guys as a female in high school. There are, hopefully not anymore, but there were older guys who would try to like date you or like explain how like things work to you. And he feels like that for Jen.
Oh yeah, total manipulation. I mean, that's what this whole thing is. He comes and puts on a pity show to try and get her back. This is not a man. This is not.
No, he drove 4 hours to go get a 16-year-old. That's not okay. And why didn't her parents? I had
her working for me.
She was not listening to her. And then her parents made her leave. Shouldn't they have done like a restraining order against him or something like that?
Yes. But again, this was 2003. Times were different.
Yeah, man, it was just awkward. And then my favorite part, so when he strolls in to the school and she's like looking past Dawson and Joey's watching because Joey catches everything. And then
Joey's just there to kick with information.
She's like, look at lurking. She's such a lurker. And then wait, what one do you want? Nope. This one? Nope. I'll go through them all. There's so many. I'm not gonna go through them all. Okay.
No, the womp womp.
Nope. Okay. I found
That's Joey.
I found it. So every time we say Joey. And then
don't worry, her storyline eventually has better luck to it.
Yeah. She's
not always the kicking bag.
No. And then Pacey's is this. Because he's so dreamy. And Dawson's is this.
Ooh.
He's a joke. Okay. So back to the storyline. So this guy comes in, and then as soon as he leaves and Dawson sees Jen leave with her ex, I think it's Billy is his name. And then Billy, don't go. Okay, I'll miss school for you. Fine. We'll do one last.
I know. She just like runs away. I would be like, get the fuck out of here.
She's like, I'm different now. Yeah, I don't know why she left with her whole character structure with this like Dawson should have broken up with her in this episode for sure.
Yeah, now he's a simp.
But my favorite part was when, I forget the character's name, he's been in the show before, comes up to Dawson's like, I'm throwing a party, invite Jen. Oh, you can come too. Does she have a boyfriend? And he's like, yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
It's just such funny timing with the character leaving. I was like, that's the best joke they've done so far.
Probably, yeah. And he played it well too. He did. He didn't get mad or he didn't do anything. Like, he just played it straight, and it made it better.
Yeah, the acting in that scene was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's still, and then okay. And then you know how you know he's a simp? Because what he lets happen.
Yeah, there's so many things that happen. Okay, so like for example, Jen says to Dawson, oh no, I'm thinking of the parents. Sorry, I was cutting to the parents line. Just the whole Jen letting him basically be like, I don't know which one of you I want to be with. Fucking leave her then.
Yeah. Yes. But then to also let the guy fucking stay at your house too.
That's insane. And for her to even ask, like, and also that guy is clearly,
get the fuck out of here, bitch.
Hey,
you and him can go suck dicks.
I don't have any money to find a hotel. Sleep in your car.
Yeah. I don't care who the fuck you are.
I don't know who you are. And he could totally steal everything out of Dawson's house.
That would have been great if they went that way.
Yeah, because that's all I was thinking of is like, okay, and where did he sleep? There's only one bed. Did he cuddle with Dawson like Joey does? Because they don't show that.
Pretty much, yeah. I think Joey probably stayed over too. Maybe they both railed out Joey that night.
Yeah, she was in the closet just watching them jerk off. Just scrambled stuff because that's where she lives.
Joey lives in the closet.
She loves it. I'm ready. And then the parents' whole storyline.
Just for an example,
go for it.
Just look at like her face right now. Just watch it get sad.
He's saying, I don't know, Tag, you're it, and then he runs out, and she's like, oh. Joey's live. I think we should do an episode.
If you're watching on YouTube, you get to see that. That was perfect timing.
I think you and I should do an episode where we play one of the episodes and we dub over all their voices. Just for an extra on YouTube one day. Not necessarily for the podcast peeps.
Maybe that'll even be once the Patreon starts. Well, that'll be Patreon only.
Everyone needs a Patreon. Everybody needs
money.
Hey, if you're listening. My Venmo is... No, I'm kidding. Okay, go ahead.
My Venmo is at Handren Seavey. I'm negative $85 right now. If
you can be negative money in a Venmo?
They kind of stopped. I feel like I figured out the one way and that they kind of closed up that hole.
Congrats.
But yeah, thank you. I think of it as an achievement as well.
Yeah, you sound like Billy who drives into town. I don't have any money. My Venmo is negative. Can I stay with you, Dawson? This is for you now. That's for your Venmo. Okay, so then we go back to the parents. The parents are like, the mom is like, when are you gonna stop punishing me? And he's like, when it stops hurting. And it's like, yeah, bitch, you cheated on him. Of course he's gonna be a little bit not the nicest to you for a while. Like, I'm
barely holding back from putting a gun to both of us.
Yeah,
give me a minute, bitch.
It's so like, when are you gonna stop? Like, this whole episode has this happening with the females a few times, and I can relate. And then I've probably done it in my lifetime. But where women, I know I'm the worst. I like to think of it as where the women are like, I did something terrible, or I'm breaking up with you, or I cheated on you. Those are the examples. And then in the show, not my life. And then they're like, but please like me and cuddle me and make me feel better about making you feel terrible. And that's a terrible trait, I think, that some of these characters have.
Yeah, it is. That is how it is in small towns, though.
No, it's relatable for sure. I think all women have done it at some point. Like, when you break up with somebody.
Everybody's a little looser in small towns too. Look, you're gonna fucking slip up down the bar some night, okay? Just happens.
And people will know because it's with their mom.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So then Dawson invites this douchebag to sleep over at his house. They don't show us their fun little sleepover. I'm very jealous of that.
I think they slept butt to butt, but they gave each other like backhanded reach arounds.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
I also think that Billy probably put Dawson's toothbrush in his butthole and brushed his butt with it as like a prank. Like, there's no way that guy's not screwing with his cologne or something like that. Like, they could have definitely shown that stuff.
I think Billy talked Dawson into fucking him. He's good at it.
He is good at it.
He is a child predator. You think he's only good with girls?
He's good with anything under 18.
Yeah.
Any sex, just under 18. And then Dawson's like, Jen, I love you. You're my first girl. This is such a character trait, though, that I've definitely dated. Like, I've definitely dated a guy who, like, if another guy liked me or something like that, he'd be like, but are you okay? Can I? It's that whole, like, pussy vibe where the guy's, like, such a baby about it, where it's just like, fuck off. They both need to break up in that moment, is what I think. Like, immediately. Yes. It's annoying that they even drag it out.
Absolutely. Well, I don't get what you're saying. What is she? She's being a pussy about it and just needs to break it up?
Both of them are. So, like, her being like, I don't know which guy I want to be with is annoying because it's not fair to either of them, obviously, right? But at least she's being honest, and I do appreciate that. But
yeah, but you shut the fuck up you break up with the person.
Yeah, you don't tell them out
about
loud.
That shit.
You tell your girlfriends that. Like, you go and you tell somebody else that. You don't tell the person that otherwise you're screwing your relationship up. I agree with that completely.
I would be like, if I was Dawson, I'd be like, since you're currently saying that out loud.
To me, yeah.
To me, I don't think we're together anymore.
Yeah, we're done right now. And then she goes out with this guy, and Billy is like, hey, okay, we're not gonna be together, but this is my great Billy impression. But let's just give me one last goodbye kiss. Like one little kiss. Are you being her?
I don't know.
You no. Just give me one good. It's a goodbye kiss. It's not anything bad. It's just a goodbye. You can't just
one kiss, Billy.
And then it's like a peck. It's not even like a passionate kiss in any form.
He shames her into kissing him.
Yeah, what a douchebag.
He was 10 minutes more. He could have had anal. He's like, he left there going, if only I had a little time to work on it.
I did
just knowing she would kiss me, I cracked the code. I was in.
He sounds like somebody from. Oh, my brain is not working because I just flew back. From Home Alone. The two guys in Home Alone is what it sounded like to me.
Also pedophiles.
Yeah.
For sure, they're pedophiles.
They have great. Everyone has the same.
If you're gonna kill a kid, you'll fuck a kid.
That's a good question. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. Maybe. But before or after you kill them is the real question. Yeah, what did you think about this whole Jen, Billy, Dawson three-way thing? I enjoyed that Dawson stuck up for himself and basically called her a whore in front of the other guy at one point when he was like, I was with Jen before you were even a thought with her. And he was like, you and everybody else. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Little horror shaming right there. Couldn't do that today. I really appreciated it.
I think you could do that today.
I don't think so. I think you get lit up for that today.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or like,
I'm going to try it and I'll let you know.
You can do it.
Oh, yeah, I'm a female. That's true.
Yeah, but I don't think Dawson could say that today.
But she was. She was a self-proclaimed.
Sometimes things that don't make sense.
So she can say that I don't know who I want to be with, but you can't call her a whore for being a whore?
Nope.
uh, okay, so then they go to this party, right? And I think this whole episode really starts to show that Pacey is gonna date Joey. From him going right into her job and being like, I don't have a date, you might as well be my date. He's playing that like whatever card, that whole like I don't care about you card. And then he looks out for her when that guy gets her drunk and he punches him in the face. And it's like, okay, Pacey really does like Joey. To me, this episode showed that Pacey does everything Joey does to Dawson. It's like the perfect little triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing with Pacey is, I don't know, have you ever had this where you ended up dating somebody or even just like hooking up with somebody that you were just friends with for a long time?
Probably.
I don't think I ever have. I think everybody I've dated or been with is somebody new. I had to start off fresh.
I don't know. In high school, probably, because you're friends with everybody before anything happens. And not like necessarily best friends, but like you know who they are more than anything.
Yeah, definitely.
But outside of high school, yeah, it would be not like, yeah, all of my male friends that have been my best friends my whole life that I can think of right now, I've never made out with any of them. Nor would I want to.
You shed a few. I've shed a few, and I can confidently say that now as well. Any of my friends that I talk to, I have not hooked up with.
I don't think I could be friends with them afterwards, and not that I wouldn't want to be, but and it would depend on like my. I mean, obviously we're both married now, so it'd be weird if I did it now. Before that, I don't know. I think it would just make it weird, because then I'd probably just end up dating them. Like hooking up with a really good friend to me probably leads to a relationship because I don't know.
Is it? I forget. Have we said on the show how old we were when we lost our virginity?
I think we did, but go ahead. Maybe not.
The listeners are like, you say that every every show.
Are you guys just drunk and high every episode? Yeah. No, I'm kidding. We're not. We're super sober right now.
Edibles, you know.
I just had coffee, and I don't.
But
know what
I was, 13, 14.
I think I was like 18 or almost 18.
It was that's right. It was, so this is what I say is crazy. How old would I have been? 1999. I had sex in the 90s.
Congratulations. You made it.
Pretty cool.
You made it.
Really cool now. Yeah. So you get to go like, yeah, sex in the 90s, man. It was crazy. AIDS and stuff. And
I never got to have sex
one
in the
time
90s.
in August 99.
It's like November 1999. Right before the like it was literally on New Year's Eve, and you were freaking out about Y2K, so you just found a stranger.
It was in the woods. But I think that changes it. This is why I asked that, because I think that changes it for a lot of what happens on this show, because so much of the sexual angst throughout high school wasn't there because I had already had sex.
Oh, and then see, I had all the angst because I had never touched any, because I wouldn't squat on a guy's face. Because I was like, what is this?
That's sex?
Why would I do that?
I'll pass.
Yeah, I don't think that you should be the toilet. It doesn't sound appealing. Yeah, so Joey gets shit-faced at this party. Pacey saves her by punching this guy and knocking him cold in one thing. That wasn't like a real punchy-looking punch.
Look, Pacey is a cop's son.
True. I forgot about that.
He can put somebody down. And also, I think the idea was Pacey was not drunk, and
that guy
maybe
was.
The other guy was.
But he did just nook him on the chin too.
Yeah.
Which is where you.
But also, people, any of those, I don't know. People, that's not how a drunken fight goes.
No. And then Joey's like, Dawson, my hero. And then they
Mhm.
drunkenly take drunk Joey back to her house, which, why wouldn't you take her to your house? She sleeps at your house all the time.
Yeah, you're gonna go turn her in now. You fucking
Why?
because he does. Nobody cares about Joey.
That's true. Nobody does. Okay. So they take her and she's like, shh, don't, or Pacey's like, shh, don't wake the baby. And then Pacey's in with the baby and he's telling the story of the TV show that Joey told him. So it like shows that we're getting on the page where we know Pacey and Joey are about to hook up in a few episodes. Like they're really laying the groundwork for that.
Yeah, and what's happening is Pacey's starting to notice around Joey. He's like, sometimes my fucking dick is getting hard when I'm around Joey. What's
Yeah, and that's why.
Let me look again. Could I fuck Joey?
And that's why he's doing the whole "you like Dawson" thing to her, so that she's like, no, and he's like, are you sure? Because I want to fuck you. Like it's.
I think Pacey now. Now let's say this a thing because of what happened to him, because he is a victim of pedophilia.
Mm-hmm. He had one lover so far, and she was 100.
And she immediately fucked him.
Mm-hmm.
He now links love and relationships with physical relationships.
Yeah.
So he fucks and immediately and
for those of you only listening, Handren is doing like a prayer clasp, and he's
bringing it together.
He's explaining what sex is through a really creepy clasp that should never be done in public again.
Here's the vagina.
Oh, I remember doing that. Yeah. This is what it looks like, everybody. The finger things, I forgot about that.
Those are gang signs, actually, that I was doing.
Oh, okay. And what, did you just do the Mickey Mouse sign? Are you the Mickey Mouse Club gang? Wow, very cool. Very cool, Handren. Oh, the Dove gang. He is doing Dove signs.
Them's the Eagles. My God, yeah. And then Joey. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot the guy who Joey was making out with when Pacey comes up and clogs him.
Long hair.
Who's that pedophile? Another pedophile.
This whole town is just pedophiles and then 3 innocent kids. That's what the show should have been called. Pedophile Town and 3 innocent kids. And they have a boat.
See who makes it through. Oh, they took Pacey down first. Nobody saw that coming.
That's literally like a Hunger Games of pedophiles. That's what it feels like. And then Pacey and Dawson are in their little boat after Joey does kiss Dawson.
That's right.
She kisses him drunk, and Dawson accepts that kiss and returns that kiss back. And then they boat ride home between Dawson and Pacey.
Completely sober, totally takes advantage of drunk Joey.
But in his defense, that's all this town knows. If all you've ever been is around pedophiles, how are you supposed to know what's the right way to do something? Let's be real. So Dawson is in the boat with Pacey, and he's like, she kissed me. And Pacey's like, what kind of kiss was it? He cares. And then Pacey's like,
drunk, barely conscious.
Yeah, and he even said that. He was like, she didn't know what she was doing, but I let it happen. I didn't stop it. And then
keep going. I need to grab another drink. My fucking throat is dry.
Will do. And then Pacey, that's cool. He's walking away, guys. Pacey says to Dawson, like, hey man, she loves you. She is obsessed with you. And it's finally out in the open that, like, somebody has told Dawson that he's an idiot for not paying attention to any of this, that it's all very clear. And Dawson's like, no, she doesn't love me. And he, like, pushes it back. And he even is basically saying, it's great to have somebody that you can tell all of your truths to and be yourself around, but you can't fall in love with that person, which is the worst philosophy for anybody, I think. That's my personal opinion. Cool. I'm just going to play some sounds. No. And then what happens? Then Jennifer breaks up with Dawson. And he's like, you can't break up with me. You can't make me fall in love with you and then break up with me. And then he gets mean to her, and it's nice to see. I appreciate that.
You can't break up with me. That's not how this works. I get used by you until I can't take it anymore and run away. That's how this works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent riff. Excellent riff. Heard the whole
Just
thing.
told the story.
Wanted to see how long I could let it go.
No, I should get this. Thank you. Thank you. That was me riffing. Okay.
Yeah, that needed to end. And frankly, I mean, we all saw it coming that way because Dawson had to practically beg her to date him in the first place. Like, he's put up with so fucking much.
Yeah, but she did that thing that I was talking about earlier that I hate when women or men, everybody does this. Some people do it. Where they're like, "Hey, I'm breaking up with you." 100%. I'm breaking up with you, but I need you to console me for feeling bad about making you feel bad. I've definitely done that, and it's a terrible thing to do. But it's that, like, if you cry, then they feel bad for you for they know that you don't want to break up with them, but you have to. It's such a weird, dramatic thing.
I think anytime I wanted to break up with somebody, I would just manufacture them breaking up with me.
Oh, what did you do? How do you do that? You just stop listening to them? I don't remember all of my breakups. You know what? A lot of my breakups, I will say, I just stopped talking. I was more of a ghoster. I'd just be like, because in all honesty, I usually would break up with people when I went on a dance tour. Like, it would be towards the end and I'd be like, oh, I'm leaving the country for a few months. I just won't be able to talk to you.
I think in my high school, you couldn't just straight ghost people because it was too small a community.
But I mean, I left the state. Like, I would move.
Yeah.
It's like harder to deal with.
But people would have to straight up confront you, or they just do something so outlandish like cheat in front of your face.
Did you do that?
No, I never did that to anybody.
That's nice. That's good.
I cheated, but I didn't do it right into their face. I kissed this other girl in 6th grade.
Oh, 6th grade.
Even though I told this other girl that we were dating. And I did it in front of everybody, but she wasn't there. It wasn't.
Did you feel guilty?
To this day.
6th grade? Oh man, 6th grade. I love that.
No, I managed to let that one go. I don't carry the shame of that moment anymore.
I'm glad. I actually, I used to be a really guilty relationship person where I would feel guilt if the other person thought anything bad of me. And as soon as I break up with them, I'd be like, why did I feel that? Who cares? It clearly wasn't the right person for you. Which is how Joey and like Dawson and all of them are. They just need to like, I think Joey and Pacey are going to hook up. And then maybe Dawson realizes he should have been with Joey. And then that's going to come out in the next several episodes.
Yeah. So who do we blame there? Because everybody's too late to the road except for Joey. She's known all along she wants Dawson. Both of them
Was that your stomach I just heard?
I don't know. Probably in my mouth because... or the chair. I don't know. There's a lot of things fucking making noises. Sorry, listeners, with the chair squeaks. I'm trying to get a better chair, but this chair is... I love it.
Yeah. Well, you guys got to Venmo him so he can buy a chair.
Get me out of Venmo jail.
Let's have everybody Venmo Handren. Spell out Handren.
HANDRENSEAVEY.
Please Venmo him with a chair emoji so he knows what it's for.
Let's get me back on that plus side.
I just want you to get a Venmo chair.
Get me back in the black, baby.
Or Amazon. Can you I have a friend who does this. She has an Amazon wish list, and people just buy her shit all the time.
That's a whore.
No, it's a porn star. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But I just went over to her house and was like,
here I am thinking I'm feeling bad for saying that, and I'm right.
You can say it now. See, you can say it now.
I don't know. I'm done in this town.
Okay, so what do you think is going to happen next? Where do you think this is going? What do you think is happening with the parents, as dumb as that is? Although I will say, when Dawson and his dad are having that conversation about relationships, It's probably the best acting I've seen that dad do all season. Was in that little moment.
Yeah, he can explain his way around cucking, getting cucked. Look, man, sometimes you just gotta fucking you look at your options, man. You look at your options.
You just gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, what do you think is gonna happen
Am
next?
I gonna leave all this, go back out there? It's unclear what I even fucking do.
What do you think is going to happen next?
I think what you said is gonna happen.
Yes,
Dawson
I'm right.
starts
Yes.
thinking of Joey more. I know at some point I know the episode it happens, but I don't know when it's coming up. But Joey and Pacey take a little magical boat ride together.
It's gonna happen, I think, in the next 2 to 3 episodes. That's my guess. It's coming because they're laying they're laying the groundwork right now, real heavy. Yeah. In the next episode, this character stays. This Billy character stays. He's not out yet. I thought it would be a one-day character, but he's not leaving.
No, he look. He doesn't take well to being told, don't force yourself on a show. He forces himself on the kids on the show in the storyline.
He doesn't know
it really just adds an extra story with the spoiler-ish for the next episode because he facilitates Dawson's storyline in the next episode.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. I'm excited to watch.
Bom bom.
All right. Well, then until next week when we find out if Billy tries to actually lay butt to butt with Dawson in his bed.
I think they already fucked, man. I think he fucked him that first night.
Sounds great. All right.
That would be great if they did a porn parody of Dawson's Creek, but it was bisexual and like everybody fucked on the show.
I'm sure it exists.
If it's out there, listeners, let us know.
By Venmoing Handren. Well, cool. I'm excited to see this next episode.
Excellent. I don't want to wait. Episode 8. Was it boyfriend? More like cuck friend. Cuckold away. Cuckold away in the state by the bay.
Oh, very, very great. I would call that rapping.
I don't think that's true. I think that is a different state. That's San Francisco, maybe. Bay State, I think, is Massachusetts.
I am so bad with geography.
Where are you right now?
California.
Nailed it. All right. Thank you, guys.
Bye. I'm Kim McVicar.
I'm Handren Seavey.
Have a great week.
I don't want to wait
for the next episode. Bye, guys.